of Ghana. Wepia, good evening. Welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yeah, good evening and good evening to your listeners.
Very well. The president has nominated Eric Opoku to the position of Minister for Food and Agriculture. What's the reaction from the sector or from the peasant farmers?
Oh yeah, for us, the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, we welcome the president's nomination. Whoever the president nominated, of course, for Eric Opoku, we've known him even from the committee level in Parliament, very vociferous, very vocal, and is somebody who, when he's communicating, he seems to understand the challenges that are faced by smallholder farmers. So we only hope that the level of knowledge he demonstrated in Parliament, the level of knowledge he demonstrated at the committee level in Parliament, he should be able to bring that to bear so that together as stakeholders, we can look at the policy on agriculture and be able to advance it for Ghana to become self-sufficient in food production.
I see. What should be his priorities for the sector?
Yeah, so for us, we are looking at clearly in this era of climate change, irrigation should be number one for the sector because if you look at what farmers are going through now, we keep saying that if Ghana is to become sustainable in food production, we cannot continue to rely on rain-fed agriculture. So we want him to look at irrigation, important to us, particularly in northern Ghana, where we produce a lot of foodstuffs and where we require that. And we even have the Kwalugu multipurpose dam in Mali, which is very key, that can irrigate over 15,000 hectares of land. The Kwalugu multipurpose dam can save Ghana almost $400 million that we spend every year to import tomatoes, fresh tomatoes from Burkina Faso. It can save Ghana $2 million every week that we spend to import onion from Niger and other places. So irrigation should number two. Of course, we are also looking at the mechanization. President himself, I remember during his campaign, was talking about the Farmer Resource Center. So we expect to see these centers where we have tractors, we have combined harvesters, we have power tillers and other machinery that will be able to help our farmers to be able to produce. We are looking at tax relief, tax exemptions on imported agriculture products, inputs and machinery. So agriculture inputs that will be imported into the country, we expect that there should be tax exemptions on them so that they will become affordable. Farmers should be able to afford. We are looking at the warehouses across the country. We are looking at market linkages. I indicated earlier that the president's 24-hour economy policy is talking about. I heard the president a number of times explaining that the agro-based industries are going to be at the center of the 24-hour economic policy. That policy can only be successful if the smallholder farmers are empowered to produce enough raw materials to feed the agro-based industries that are going to form the center of the 24-hour economic policy. So farmers are critically looking up to the new minister for us to be able to. Of course, we expect the minister to be approachable when things are not going on. If the president, if the minister is criticized constructively, he should be able to take it in good faith for us to sit together and look at the way forward. And these are a few things, among others, that we are expecting from the sector minister if it's approved by Parliament.
I see. You also recently, in a statement, called on the president to appoint or nominate a youthful person to be Agric Minister. Do you find Eric Opoku to be that person? Is he youthful enough for you?
Oh, yes. You know, for us, when we were describing as a youthful person, you know, we are looking at the person being youthful in art. The person, we use the word youthful to describe that, you know, normally is the youth who are determined to do things differently. So what we meant was that we cannot keep doing the same old things and expect new results. So we expect somebody who is dynamic, somebody who is approachable, somebody who is affable, somebody who can call all the stakeholders together for us to sit down and be able to iron out the issues, looking at the problems that smallholder farmers are facing. And like we keep saying, 80% of all the foodstuffs we buy from the market is from smallholder farmers. So it is the smallholder farmers who are sustaining this sector. So Eric Opoku, like I indicated, very affable on the Agri Committee, very vociferous. And when we made the Agri Committee, and then we engaged them, he seems to understand the challenges that are faced by smallholder farmers. So we welcome the idea, and we believe that when we collaborate together as stakeholders in that sector, then we should be able to move, because that is even going to help government. We keep looking at inflation. As we speak, even inflation is around 23%. But if you segregate it, the component of food inflation is still around 27%. So the finance minister designate working on bringing down inflation to a single digit can only be achieved if the smallholder farmers are helped to produce sustainably, so that we can bring down the prices of foodstuffs in the market. This is the only way that government can achieve the single digit inflation.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Wepia Awal Adugwala, President of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana. Thanks so much for speaking to us this evening. Eyewitness News on 96.